Hi, I'm Kerry with Best of Us Investors, and I've made a decision that I'm going to change my investment portfolio a bit. I had pretty much said I would leave it alone and just maneuver the stocks within it, but I think there are too many opportunities that are presenting themselves as a result of the reaction to the coronavirus for me to sit on my hands and not share with you the additions that I'm going to make to my portfolio. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to analyze stocks, some that I hold, some that I don't hold, and I'm going to add money to my portfolio and grow it on the channel so you can see what I'm doing. One of the stocks that I have believed in very strongly is 3D Systems, DDD. And they're doing some things that really excite me, and I'm going to be adding to my position. And I want to share with you today why I've made that decision to add to DDD and where I think it's going to go and why I think it could go from where it is now, roughly a $27 stock to a $270 stock if it's not bought out by somebody. And I really don't think that's going to happen. So stick with me here. This is a change in my approach. I just think there are some opportunities that are in front of me, and that I own some stocks that I need to be building my position in. So stick with me. It's a change, and let's see how this works out.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Okay, my current position in DDD is at about $17.92. That gives me about a 51% gain. I bought it back in January of 2021 when I basically decided that 3D printing was going to be a big part of our world as we recognized that our supply chain was broken, as we brought manufacturing back to the United States. And I felt that 3D printings or 3D DDD's position in that space was very strong and that they would benefit. And they did. At one point, the stock got up to, I believe, $55.33. And I was up over 100% on it and flying high. And then, as a result of the ramifications of the coronavirus, they reported some earnings that dropped. And those earnings dropped basically in their industrial section as industries had pulled back in 2020. Their orders slowed down, so their revenues slowed down as we moved into the first quarter of 2021, and we saw a substantial pullback from 55 to it got down as low as in the low 20s. So we saw a pullback there, but I still believe it's very strong because of what I've since subsequently learned, and that is their strong move into the medical field. If you've been a follower of my channel, you know that I am crazy about biotech. I am crazy about the fact that our world is going to change as a result of the coronavirus, and there is going to be a tremendous amount of money flowing to the healthcare field. Companies such as Apple have openly said, you go to 2035 and you look back and you won't remember us for the iPhone or the iPad or the earbuds or whatever else. You'll remember us for our contributions to healthcare. Now, do I think that Apple's going to get into 3D printing and healthcare? No, I don't. But I want to emphasize that this is the growth opportunity of the next decade. So DDD is a big player. Okay, what are they doing in that regard? Well, first of all, let's look at their valuations. I want to show you a chart here of their valuation. The chart shows their revenue growth relative to their price increase. So you can see here that the revenues have grown in coinciding with the the price moved accordingly. But I think what you're going to see is as the revenues grow in the healthcare field, that price is going to go up. I would not be surprised, though, in the next several days or the next week to see a pullback. As I said, it's currently selling at $27.14. I'm going to try to add to this closer to $20. I'd like to see what would that be? If that were a $7 pullback, that would be somewhere in the neighborhood of about a 25% further pullback. I'd like to see that. If I don't get it in the next couple months or a couple days, weeks, I'll probably add anyway. So I think that's the opportunity there. Then I want to show you this chart. This is the revenues by market. And here again, we're showing that their revenue growth is coming in the healthcare field, as well as they had a drop back in the last quarter, fourth quarter of 2020, but their industrial revenues are growing as well. So they've got now, I think, both cylinders, both industrial and healthcare, working in the same direction, and that is up. And at the same time, they're making moves to increase their profit margins. I want you to refer to and read this article in Seeking Alpha. And Jack's going to put a link to it in the description. And if you're going to go this way with me, I insist that you read this article so that you have the full knowledge that I have. I can't go through it word for word, and I'm not going to. I want you to go to in the description, there is a link to the Seeking Alpha article, and you read it and you come to understand it. The third chart I want to show you is their health care and what it's going to contribute to their earnings in the future. And it's not a chart, actually, it's a picture of a lung. This is what they're able to do. They're able to print human tissue. And once you get into that, and they're doing a collaboration with United Therapeutics Corporation, UTHR. This is another company that I'm going to dig in deeper and gain some understanding of what they're doing and how they're doing it and what their past profitability is. And I'd encourage you to do that. And then I'd encourage you to share your opinions with me. And that's part of what we try to do at bestofusinvestors.com. I just have given you my take on 3D systems. What I'd like you to do is share your opinions in the comments, specifically to after you look at 3D system, what do you think about it? And then if you want to go further and discuss it further, come to our Discord. Go to bestofusinvestors.com. You'll find there a place you can enter your email address and your name, and then I'll send you a link to our Discord, and we'll discuss this further. And then what I want to ask you to do is look into United Therapeutics Corporation and give me your feedback. Do you think this is something that we should tie together with 3D systems because we think 3D systems is the leader in this field? In this article from Seeking Alpha, you're also going to see a comparison of the competition. The other point I want to roll back to on 3D systems is just recently, Kathy Woods, and you all know who Kathy Woods is, of the ARC system, added substantial shares. She more than doubled her holdings in 3D systems in the last week or so in her ARKQ fund. This, again, is a confirmation to me that this is something I want to add to, and I want to bring up my holdings in. So if you go to the Discord, you're going to see, and I will announce probably within the next week and a half of my adding to 3D systems. I'm going to do more of this. I kind of backed off of it and said, look, I've got the perfect portfolio and I'm going to leave it alone. And my other investments I'm going to do somewhere else and not include it. I don't think I'm breaking that vow to you. I'm going to share everything that I do with you. And there's a number of other stocks that I have in my current portfolio that I'm going to add positions to. So that's where I'm at. As you see, I'm still on our vacation in Florida and using this pretty background in the back. But I'll be with you every day. I'm going to work my butt off to see to it that I continue to give a video to you every day as to what I'm doing, where I'm going, and why I'm doing it. All right. Thanks a lot. Talk to you tomorrow.